And now, here's the host of the Recovery Alley, Jeff NIENDSTEDT.
Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. This is Jeff with Southwest Tow Operators Recovery Alley. I'm sure that some of y'all saw the little spot we did on scammers last week. Marcelo put up a video about how some of these people are getting in and making money off of us, and we're taking all the risk. So Marcelo with Wolverine Productions is here with us tonight. He's our producer for Southwest Tow Operators Recovery Alley. He's been doing a lot of research. He's been helping a lot of people. We're going to go on and bring Marcelo in, and he's going to explain the technical stuff to the tow truck guys.
Hello there, Jeff NIENDSTEDT.
Hey, how you doing tonight, Marcelo?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
So, you know, this kind of all started a couple of months ago. Yeah. Dispatch office gets a phone call, just like any other call. And, you know, nowadays a lot of stuff's handled over the internet, handled over cell phones and stuff. We've got the towing software we use, the payment systems we use. So we can pretty much do anything remotely. But we have a guy call, he asks for a price. We give him a price to tow a car.
Yep.
And you know, so we put him in the queue. We pick up the car. We deliver it to a shop. It actually happens to be a shop that we tow for, and everything's good, we think.
Yeah.
And you know, then all of a sudden we get a call from the owner of the shop, says, "Hey, man, you charged the guy $240," and they're like, "No, we didn't charge him $240." And then we get a call from the customer, and he says, "Yeah, you know, y'all told me y'all were going to send an Uber out. You know, I paid you $240, and we're trying to figure out." So we said, "Well, where'd you get the number from?" Well, I called the shop, gave me y'all's name.
Yeah.
So I Googled it. So the guy Googles Roadrunner Towing, hits the call now button. This is just how bad it's getting. And Marcelo will explain it to you. He hits the call now button, and it goes to a guy in Sugar Land, Texas, who had hired us and paid to do the tow and made double what we made.
Right.
So, you know, of course, I call Marcelo. "Hey, I got a problem. How's this happening?" You know, I think Marcelo has all the answers. Can you tell me what's going on? So, you know, he gets on the phone with Google, and there's steps that have to be taken. I'm going to turn it over to Marcelo, and he's going to explain it to you a little bit better than I can.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. So, you know, on tonight's show, we're really talking about these scammers and hackers, and we're actually going to show some of the responses from YouTube from the video that we shot, because a lot of people don't realize that this ghost hacking, some people look at it and say, you know what, it's just normal. But we're going to actually show those questions from YouTube and basically, you know, put them in their place, because no, it's not normal. It's not the way it should be. The other thing is Google My Business. I recently had a tow truck company call me this past couple of weeks, and I'm helping him with his Google My Business, because there's millions. I forget how many. I think I got the numbers here. In fact, 7 million fake business accounts were reported to Google this past year, which they shut down. So there's so much to learn on this show that we want to help you with, not only tow operators, but business owners. And that's why I put this video on Wolverine Productions, because I think it's important for all my clients as well. So going back to Jeff's question, it's basically where people are now they're ghosts. And what they do is they will have they could be in their couch for all we know. And they're making these fake websites, fake numbers, rerouting them, and really getting consumers to believe that they are the tow truck company. But it's people like Jeff and all the operators that I've met this past year. And let me just throw it out there, guys. I mean, if you're an operator, I mean, I just have nothing but pure respect for you guys being out there. You know, it's first responders and operators. I mean, just much love. But what we're going to talk about is this example, and then show you a little bit about Google My Business and how to protect yourselves. So yeah, Jeff, just to answer your question a little bit, these guys stole your SEO, created a fake Facebook ad, rerouted it to their business. And, you know, we had to contact Google. Actually, I believe it was David. I don't know if he's watching. But David and his polite conversation with with Houston that drove him to stop doing it. But that's what we've got to do as an industry, as a niche. We've got to do this repeatedly now to protect the businesses of tow operators and businesses out there just trying to make it.
Shoot the consumer, let the consumer know what's going on, because it's not just we dug into this, and it's not just the towing industry.
Right.
I mean, y'all are going to have to watch it everywhere. I mean, so now you get these deals on Facebook. Also you get this little message that says, hey, went against community standards. If you don't do this in 24 hours, your account's going to be deleted. Do not click on the link. Don't click on the link. You're going to have to get on the phone. You're going to have to call Facebook, man. And, just a quick plug for Marcelo. Marcelo's working with Southwest Tow Operators right now. If you're in the towing industry, you have an issue, you need some help with just advertising or something, Marcelo has done a fantastic job. So I got to get my plug in for Wolverine Production. He's done a great job for us, folks. But,
Thank you.
But it's going to be all about the scammers today. And there's just so much to touch on.
Because let me show you guys what comes to your email. And this is exactly what comes in. It'll say, so-and-so is requested ownership request, right? Many of us that don't realize what's going on will look at this and just say, oh, it's a hacker. Oh, I'm not going to give ownership of my Google My Business to them. They're crazy. So what ends up happening is Google gives you a grace period of 3 days. If you don't respond, they'll give the ownership to that person. Then you're done.
It's gone. It's gone.
Done.
So I got the same email. I got the same, and I'm not real tech savvy, but it looked funny to me. So anytime I get a weird message or something, Marcelo gets that text message with a screenshot and say, hey, what's this? What do I do? Don't click on the link. It's always don't click on the link. So don't click on the link, folks.
Right. And then it's either, and I think that, today, in fact, one of my dear clients, Monica Brandt, another couple of clients of mine, San Antonio Expert Taekwondo and some other clients, they always reach out to me and say, Marcelo, I got this. And so what I do is I contact Facebook and I sort of look, my client got this, my client got that. So we're constantly trying to report these hackers so that they cannot infiltrate your business. But like Jeff said, whatever you do, do not click any link. If you've got a question, I'm all over Google. Give me a call. I don't care. I'm here to help local businesses. That's what we're about. So, but I do highly recommend just don't click any links, because what happens is when you do that is they'll send you a fake Facebook page, and then they say log in to your Facebook account, and as soon as you log in, they have full access to your Facebook. And if your credit card is linked to it, say goodbye to your bank money.
Somebody
and then they'll also shut you down.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy. But this is a world we're in now. It's a technology world, and these guys. Oh, look, there's old Nicole. She's crazy. If anybody didn't know, she's crazy. Anyways, I'm glad you're here, Nicole. But yeah, it's just got. It's nuts, man. Like that. We had a little deal a couple months ago that caused me a lot of grief, and I usually do a pretty good job filtering through my stuff. Somehow, I don't click on links, but I opened an email, and all of a sudden, Microsoft shut me down. My outbound mail. It took us, I think, 6 days to get our mail back in order. So you got to be real careful what you're doing out there on the internet. It can definitely affect you, make business hard. But that's what we're trying to get out right now is just a word about the scammers and stuff. It's nuts.
Yeah. And I think this would be a good time. So in 2022, you all 70,000 people reported. Then this is interesting for all you people on these dating sites and things like that. People reported. We're looking at 70,000 reports of just basically fake accounts. So people have lost $1.3 billion last year in 2022 over these scams and fake people. I mean, Google reported last year that it blocked more than 100 million abusive edits of people trying to infiltrate Google My Business accounts. So because of that, 7 million people, they removed 7 million people from fake business accounts. This is just becoming an epidemic. I mean, so that's why, we really need to take care of this and make the public aware. Police also from, for instance, Greensfield, Massachusetts, Wisconsin, they're all reporting tow truck fake accounts and fake businesses. So, like I said earlier, I have a great deal of respect for operators and tow businesses. So all these people, they don't care about your reputation. So all the hard work you do goes, up in flames because these guys are trying to infiltrate. So that's why we're here. That's why Jeff and I are here tonight, just to kind of get you guys aware.
Yeah. I think here in just a second, we're going to get a word from one of our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about one of Marcelo's escapades where he actually put one of these guys on the spot. It was kind of nice. We'll give you some more things to look at when you see these ads for the people that are looking for tow trucks. We'll tell you how you can figure out. Texas is pretty good because you have to be licensed in the state of Texas to operate a tow truck. You have to be a licensed tow truck operator. So there's things you can do to double check and just make sure everybody's on the up and up, and that you're not spending an extra $150 on getting a tow. But I think right now we want to hear a word from one of our sponsors, Tom Parbs with Haws Alert. Haws Alert is a great safety device, sends alerts out to the people in their cars, gets their attention. It gets them to slow down for emergency vehicles that are on the highway. So real quick, a word from Tom Parbs with Haws Alert.
Hey everybody, my name is Tom Parbs. I'm the executive director at Haws Alert. A little bit about Haws Alert. We are an advanced digital alerting system that actually warns drivers of the tow trucks and first responders that are operating on the roadway. We get people's attention, we disrupt their phone calls, disrupt the radio, we disrupt that distraction. We give them up to 30 seconds advance warning, almost up to a half of a mile at faster speeds, so the motoring public can actually slow down and move over. Our towers will go home safer to their families. Our first responders will go home safer to their families, and we're really saving lives. So if you wanted to reach us, you can reach us at hawsalert.com. That's HAAS. Alert.com. You can reach out to me directly, Tom, T-O-M, at hawsalert.com. And we're a proud sponsor and love working with the Southwest Towing Operators Association. And thank you, everyone, for what you're doing. You're saving lives, and we've got your back when you're out there on the roadway. Again, I'm Tom Parbs with Haws Alert. Thank you for all that you do.
Hi, welcome back, everybody. And again, that was Tom Parbs with Haws Alert. I don't know if you've heard about Haws Alert or if you're interested in Haws Alert, but man, get in touch with Tom. It's a 15-minute deal to listen to him. There's zero pressure, but I tell you what, it's probably one of the best safety tools that we have right now. It's not the silver bullet, but get in touch with Tom if you're interested in the Haws device. So, Marcelo, you took a trip to Austin to go get some training for your design stuff. And there's Aaron. He's Aaron right there. Aaron is protected by Haws Alert every day, guys. Every day, Haws Alert is keeping Aaron safe. So just so you know, your operators are everything. That's who gets it done for you. So do whatever you can to keep them safe.
Right.
But anyways, back to you going to Austin, and Marcelo had been notified by another one of Southwest Tow Operators members that he works with.
Marcus Lagunas, American RTS. I'll throw it out there.
Right there, right up in New Braunfels. Mark's a good guy. So he brought it to his attention. He was looking at his SEO sheet on where his rankings were and noticed a couple of companies popping up down on the bottom tier. Yeah. So he asked Marcelo about it. So Marcelo, well, let me check it out. So he actually found this company. They've got 3 different websites,
right?
3 different locations, 3 different phone numbers. But guess what? Those 3 phone numbers go to a guy in Florida that's probably sitting on the beach drinking a margarita. Right. For all we know, we know he's not. He's not even a tow. He's even shows as a towing company in in Florida, he's got some ads,
Right.
and we did a little research and we debunked that. He has nothing to do with the tow industry. And when you see these websites, pay attention to things. I know it's real easy to get in on their website and just click. Don't click.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
if you look, and we look at some of the pictures, if you look at these pictures, you'll notice that there's no names on the tow truck.
Right.
I personally like to have stuff on my trucks. I'm definitely going to have my name, and I'm going to have my TDR license number on my truck.
Yep.
So these trucks had no names on them. And then we started noticing when we zoomed in the little watermarks. So they're just grabbing these images off the internet, throwing them onto a one-page basic website. So Marcelo tracked them down, and so it was good. Tell us about it, Marcelo.
So little props out to my girlfriend Stacy, because she helped me with this as well. She's very good in business. And so what I do is, Marcus gave me a call from American RTS here in New Braunfels, and he showed me 3 listings, 3 websites. And what's interesting about this is that, both, Derek and I, who also I work with website design, we looked at these sites and they were identical, same pictures, different companies, different phone numbers, all routed to one number in Florida. And then, Stacy gave a search on it and looked into that company in Florida. We looked at Google Earth and realized that that's not even a company there either. So this guy could be literally sitting in his living room, watching whatever, novellas and eating bonbons, and then just taking calls from all these different 3 websites that he's placed up in New Braunfels area. My assistant producer, Sean, and I went out to the address of one of those websites, and it was at a mall. So that's when we knew it was just fake. And so we went ahead and called the company, and this guy was basically saying, "Oh, you need a tow?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm outside your business and I don't see any of your tow trucks." And of course, he was like, "Oh, well, give me your destination. Give me this, give me that." That's where they take money directly from you, debit card or whatever over the phone, which is impossible.
So you just hear what Marcelo said. These guys are giving their credit card to somebody that they don't even know. Most of the towing companies in Texas are using some type of payment system. They don't write your credit card number down. It's all secure. It's digital, but it's all secure. So watch out giving out your credit card numbers to these guys, because it's like I said, he's going to be buying him a turkey for Christmas if you don't watch out.
That's right. So that's what we did. We basically called him, and he hung up on us, of course. I don't know if he's still trying to get business out there, but one of the things I do with Jeff and our clients is we look at competitors and look at rankings and indexing on Google. So this guy is not even indexing. So we're not really worried about him, and that's all right. So man, that's what happened. But we went ahead and put that on YouTube, and we got some interesting responses though that I want to put up, guys. And these are questions that I'd like Jeff to answer, because so many people believe that ghost, like one person on this said, "You know what? This is not illegal. It's perfectly fine. It's like when you get a contractor for a home, you outsource, right? But it's different in the towing industry." So we're going to take a look at these questions, and specifically this one. And I don't care if he's watching or not, because he says, "Not a scam at all. Plenty of businesses use multiple ghost offices and addresses. Roadside companies do the same thing. A scam would be paying for services you don't receive. If you use a subcontractor, you don't mark up their service." So, Jeff, you want to explain why that's just a bunch of crap?
Well, first of all, you don't mark up your service. These guys are marking up the service. So when you own a towing company, you have dispatch staff that's trained how to take calls. So we're not taking the calls. Somebody else is. The scammer is. They're paying us. They're collecting the payment from the consumer that's being scammed, being upcharged, I guess I should say. But you, the consumer is one that's been taken, but we're talking about the review. You're the one there. You're paying the insurance. You're paying the fuel. This guy's sitting on the couch. So we don't know how he treated the customer. Did he do a good job when he was taking the call? Was he rude? Could they not understand him? And of course, we're charging a price. We say we charge $140 for the tow, and he's charging $250 for the tow. So then all of a sudden, the Google review pops up. He might say it was a good service or something, but dispatch was rude and the price was outrageous. So it does affect us, because that's what happens. And then when that happens, we have to go in, because if you're not disputing some of these reviews that people are putting up, if they're not correct, if they're not honest, go to Google and you submit it to them, and you get the reviews taken down. But you got to watch stuff. But that's one place that's going to impact us with the towing companies. And then again, it's impacting the consumer because they're being upcharged for service. It's just crazy, but that's what's happening.
All right. Yeah, man. So, I mean, it basically, we're just, like I said, we're just out here to protect everybody. So knowledge is power, as my good friend Jeff always says. And
actually, it is training is knowledge and knowledge is power.
I stand corrected.
Everybody knows that Southwest Tow Operators has got one of the best trainers, probably in the United States. He's been in it forever. Bobby Tuttle, the wizard. So I mean, again, Southwest Tow Operators is putting this on. We'd love to have you as a member. Go to the website, check that out. If you're looking for training, we do the heavy duty training. We do advanced heavy duty training. We do light duty training. We do the continuing education, and we're going to touch on being licensed in the state of Texas here soon. But we do the continuing education, the certification test. Just give us a call, hit the website, Southwest Tow Operators. It's the association by the towers for the towers. We're out there to help.
Yeah.
So again, we were going to talk about other things that affect this. But can you give them any more pointers about how to protect themselves?
Yeah, I mean, so the thing is if, like, let's say for instance, right, most of y'all have Facebook accounts for business, which is, we need that, right? One, unless you're going to do Facebook ads, don't put your credit card information in Facebook. I mean, the less you put out there, the better. The other thing is, when you start to, work with individuals that, for instance, other social media sites and things like that, just be very cautious, because as you get better and as you get bigger, people will try to send you more scam and hacking attempts. That's just the way it is, because what they're doing right now is searching on Google for the highest, for the most busiest businesses out there. For instance, Roadrunner Towing.
Oh man, I tell you what.
Yeah, you've been a target for about the last 6 months.
So I mean, Marcelo came in and we talked about SEO and stuff, and Marcelo does some pretty aggressive SEO. But I'm going to tell you what, as soon as I started bumping people down, because if you're right, that's where the problem comes in. Because, I remember when I started, I was at 28 or whatever it is. And then Marcelo, the next month, he's like, hey man, you're up to 16 and now you're up to 9 and then you're up to 3. So these guys go in and let me tell you folks, it's all on the internet. Anybody can run your website stats and they can get them. It's out there. They're going to know what's going on. They're going to know what you're doing, and they're going to do whatever they can do to counter it. And they're going to ride your skirt tails. They start backlinking stuff. This is stuff I've heard from, Marcelo. And then the ads start popping up, the fake ads. So these guys put up the Google pay-per-click ads and stuff. And it can literally be turned on and be turned off. It's crazy. I keep interrupting Marcelo because he knows way more about this than I do.
No, and like I said, guys, I mean, tonight we're just touching, a little bit about all this information. I think what we'll bring up is David Mason from Roadrunner Towing has a question. So what should you do if you realize the truck that showed up to your service isn't that you called? So what happens is you may get a tow truck that comes up that has no stickers, no nothing at all. Ask, and I'll leave this kind of in Jeff, but that's a good question for Jeff, because
So all towing companies are supposed to be licensed to conduct business in the state of Texas. Okay, so you'll see on the side of a truck, and we're regulated by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. So you're going to see a number on every tow truck that is licensed to do business in Texas. It'll have a TDLR number followed by a series of numbers, and then it'll have 2 letters. It'll either have CT, which is consent tow. That's somebody that's towing for a shop for the customer at the owner's consent. It's also where the repo companies run under because they're working for the owner, the lien holder.
Right.
And then you have private property towaways. They're the ones that usually do the malls, the shopping centers, people parking in somebody else's spot. And then you have incident management, which are the guys that are out on the highway. It's anything that's initiated by law enforcement. But if you see that TDLR number, they're licensed. Their insurance is good. Because if everything's not good, TDLR will revoke their license. And you could go to the TDLR website and search and verify. You can put the company's name in. It's going to tell you whether they're active or not. Also, when your operator shows up, every tow operator in the state of Texas has to have a tow operator license.
Right.
Ask them for their TDLR tow license. It's as simple as that. But you have to protect yourself. You know, we get a bad name out there, and that's why we're doing this. We want everybody to realize that we're not all bad. We are actually looking out for the consumer. We work with the state to try to get laws to protect the consumer, to protect us. So like I said, the TDLR website's a wealth. Hey Tiff, how you doing? And they're a wealth of information for the towing industry, and just so you can check up on everybody. Yeah, so this isn't going to stop. So you're going to have to be vigilant with what you're doing. We work so hard to build a company, to build a good name, and it could get really, really bad really quick. You got to watch your reviews. I didn't used to pay a lot of attention to reviews, but you got to watch out. I mean, we went through a click there for a couple of weeks, and then and David wasn't putting up with it. I mean, he tracked these guys' phone numbers down and got on the phone with them.
Oh yeah,
and
that was entertaining.
I think between you and David, I think we have it under control for right now. But it's in no time, somebody's taking your stuff, and could be giving you a bad name. So everybody needs to pay attention to it. You know?
Yeah. No, I agree. So Jeff, what I was going to suggest is before we end, because tonight is going to be a quick show, but I'd like, Jeff, if you want to talk a little bit about Recovery Alley live stream from operators, and what January is going to bring to us in the new year.
Yeah. So we got it's a great new thing. We're hoping it's going to work real well. We're going to be bringing people. It's Recovery Alley. It's everything towing. We talked to Tommy Anderson, our executive director at Southwest Tow Operators, and we kind of pitched this to him.
Yeah,
and,
great guy.
I'm going to tell you what, he's given his life, his heart, and everything to this towing industry.
Yeah, his passion is awesome.
Extremely great mentor for me. Just kind of guide my way through things I want to do. But so we thought about doing this live show in Recovery Alley with Southwest Tow Operators. So our first show is going to be coming up on January 17th, I think.
I think so, yeah.
January 17th. So a few months ago, me and Marcelo were up in Plano at the Bat Cave, Southwest Tow Operators, and we're on the way to the airport, and Tommy calls me and he says, "Hey man, there's a guy from the Oklahoma Record Owners Association that wants to talk to you about the slow down, move over law." And we won't get into that right now, but I will have a show. It's probably going to be about a 5-hour show on the slow down, move over law. I'm very passionate. If you haven't seen our shirts that we have, Toe Op Down, anybody interested in shirts, I think we're fixing to make another run. But anyways, we're going to be bringing on Matt Parks. He's the owner of Redbeard's Towing in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Unfortunately, he did have an operator killed last year, John Mills. And, I had an incident in my company that started pushing me for the slow down, move over law. He's seen me. He's heard some of the stuff I've done. He reached out. He reached out to Tommy, and I got in touch with him. So we went up. They needed help with their slowdown. There's problems with their slow down, move over law. So they were having an interim study at the Oklahoma Capitol where people were testifying in front of the legislators. Extreme honor. I was really humbled for somebody to call me and ask me to cross state lines and helping another towing association. They wanted me to testify, and Senator Hayes up in Oklahoma is the one that brought the bill and got everything set up. Great guy. We're hoping we can have him on the show the same night, but we went in there, Texas proud, and we dug in, and I did what I had to do, and we were hearing some good things by the end of the study there when we were leaving. A lot of good things from the legislators, but they're going to be the first ones on the show. We're going to talk about crossing state lines, and then I believe our next show, Marcelo, what's the date? February 1st, right?
Yeah, I think so. Right.
February 1st, we're going to have. Help me out here, Marcelo.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, brother.
Oh yeah. In February, we're going to have James Bennett,
Right,
Bennett
right.
Jr. with Barrett's Towing in
Right,
Fort Worth,
yep.
Texas.
Great
James,
guy, man. Great guy.
Good guy. Really good for the towing industry. It's great. We've been melted together with these guys that have the same passion that we have about what we do. We're going to be talking to him. You know, last year he was American Towman's Towman of the Year. I'm sure y'all have heard about the big 133 car pile up in Fort Worth, Texas during the snowstorm. That was crazy. It was crazy. And James actually pretty much took incident command out there on that incident. I've talked to James about it. We couldn't stay in touch a whole lot when it was going on, but you know, I was texting him and stuff. But we're going to bring James on, and we're going to talk about who James Bennett is, what he's done for the industry. We're going to talk about the pile up, and we're going to talk about being, you know, Towman of the Year. And then we're going to have Tom Parbs with Haas Alert. He's going to be on.
Great. And
that's going to be a good show. Anybody interested in Haas? We got one more, Marcelo, that's going to be we got one more that we're doing. I can't even remember who it is, Marcelo.
People just got to stay tuned. That's all.
Yeah, we've had a long couple of days.
and I know that Jeff's had a long couple of nights. I mean, with doing his thing out there, you know. So I got to give credit to you, brother.
We're doing spinning truck things.
Exactly. This whole rotator thing, you know, it's crazy. But
yeah,
hey,
let's I tell you what. Let's run us another one of our sponsors real quick. We'll come back. We'll close this out and go from there.
All right. So another one of our sponsors for Southwest Tour Operators.
We're a digital payment platform. We help invoice, process payments fast.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lester Rivera. I am with RoadSync. We're a Georgia-based company. We're a digital payment platform. We help invoice, process payments faster, and we help with chargebacks. We're a proud sponsor of the South Towing Association, and you can find us at roadsync.com online, and we'd love to tell you about how we can save you some time and money. Thank you.
Yeah, Lester's a good guy.
He's cool, man.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's used that RoadSync platform. It's great. Our chargebacks have almost stopped. You're still going to get a couple, but these guys are real good at working with you. Jonathan is one of the guys that helps him out. And if you're interested in this, it's another. And what's cool is none of these guys are high pressure. So if you're interested in a very, very simple platform that works extremely good, make sure you get in touch with RoadSync. Great company. They've sponsored us with a lot of stuff. Big thank you to them. But so, you know, we just wanted to spin this out there real quick, work some kinks out, get you some information. Right. We got, what is this, Christmas Eve, right?
That's so, right. Santa will be here soon.
Santa will be here soon. Ho, ho, ho.
Right? Maybe he'll bring it. Maybe he'll bring your rotator.
But again, like I said, January 17th, we're going to have Mac Parks on, Representative Hayes, talking about Oklahoma and what their challenges were up there. And look, man, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And remember, when you're at home with your family, eating Christmas dinner, enjoying New Year's Eve, there's going to be tow operators. There's going to be first responders. We're going to be out there helping strangers. And as always, we want you to slow down and move over when you see our emergency lights. Let us go home and enjoy New Year's with our family. Great to have y'all out. And like I said, we hope to see you on the 17th on the next show with Oklahoma, guys. Y'all have a great evening.
Have a great night. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night. God bless you.